Jason Brody, the protagonist of Far Cry 3 and one of, not the greatest protagonists in the Far Cry series, and by multiple accounts on the codes, possibly may be true. One of my favorite characters of video games, one of the most intricate and I feel like very complex protagonists of all of fiction. I'm here to go and put him on trial to see if he deserves all the different accounts and the claims of full-on punishment, Judge Judy style. I'm your host / judge, Amon Ra, aka Amon Ra Games Before. And as a person who has played Far Cry 3 and first game was Far Cry Primal, I'm here to go ahead and give you the best form and analysis and overlook of all of what Jason Brody has committed on Far Cry 3's pathway of her life, in this case a matter as an ultimate warrior. I hope you guys will enjoy it. Let's go and get it in. Jason Brody's story starts off with his friends on a last case of trip within their vacation at Rook Island. Rook Island being based over these iconic case islands over in South America, Hawaiian, Samoan-esque, with his friends, two brothers, and the case matter of his girlfriend, Lisa. He's out here chilling, doing whatever, but eventually on the island gets seen by the pirates there, led by Voss and Hoyt, and he gets captured. He gets free by the case matter of his brother's smart planning and him being an ex-marine by different accounts, and they escape. But eventually, as the case matter of them planning on freeing their friends and at the same time their brother, Grant gets shot in the neck by Vaz, who has not failed to entertain you at this point. And then after that tells the chicken head bitch Jason to run. Jason runs, eventually almost gets caught lacking by a dude and stabs the dude in the neck, being his first kill. This is reasonably self-defense and wouldn't be an account of murder, and to me personally I would have took that knife, but besides that, still, he moves on, gets shot off from the case of the bridge, falls into the water, and is saved by Dennis. When he meets Dennis, he's getting tatted up with the magical ritual, getting the tatau, aka a tattoo that blesses a person with instincts, capabilities, and greater capabilities as a man, as a warrior, basically granting Jason amps and buffs as long as he keeps going on the path of killing and perfecting against all odds to become the ultimate warrior, and with the tatau gaining these superhuman greater instinctual capabilities. But at the same time, while that was happening, he wanted to go and kill Dennis as he thought that he was a threat to him. Granted, he didn't even get a chance, as Dennis made it very clear that as you man, you have the right to take my life, but no, that will take yours activity. But when it comes down to the actual killing stuff, there's multiple accounts of Jason killing with Vaz's crew and Hoyt's militia. A lot of these are mixed, right, aka playthroughs, and simply put, some of these could be in a gauge of arguable self-defense, and some of these are flat-out murder. Granted, does Vaz's crew of pirates arguably deserve to die, as they are smugglers, stealers of people's, humanity, bodies, black market dealers, some rapists, some case of matter of flat-out damn near terrorists, disgusting. I mean, they're pirates, right? Like, it's in the name, but not all these accounts of people by multi-run porridge of blood that this man Jason goes about laying. This man does not have any strong reason to go out of his way to storm all different form of these outposts across the island, do all these different case matter of fuck shit, parade again porridge of blood that he lays into making, because these pirates, even though maybe deserving it, do not all by step inclined deserve it, because they have not done nothing to him. It is still lawfully murder, and morally, even if they are bad people, a great deal of these pirates at the end of the day are doing a job. Not all of them are put into slave for the case of their own means. It's just in the case of matter of their fortunism of coming to the case of this island by orders and or conditions granted. This isn't me to bring sympathies or give a true reason. I'm not rationalizing any what's happening. I'm just saying that it is very obvious that no matter the case of matter of their conditions, situations, them not coming by say of their own willing doesn't disperse the reasonable matter of something lawful credit of killing to these people. Okay, and so with this being said, Jason would have multiple accounts of murder that would not go to crimes against humanity or any excessive terrorism or hate crime stuff that is not actually accurate, as Jason is not doing this out of full pain, hate, racism, sexual offense, any weird shit. That's a misconception. Granted, he does get something, get some arguable tick of pleasure out of this, but taking out these outposts does give freedom back to the island. The pirates are colonizing slash basically reigning over the island and trying to full stick their foot up the case of the natives' ass and stamp them in the ground. And so there's a reasonable tick of semblance of, even though again multi-record of murder, there's some rack of like multi-all trade in play for the stances of wanting to push past people that are inhabiting a great form surface area and killing them. So simply put, if we say that Jason's body count is like 1,000 plus, we could give him over 1,000 counts of life sentences that bring up to 15 years altogether. So right off the rip, we have a huge bounty of deaths and killing right off rip. With that being said, then we have destroying of a private property slash crops and weed. Granted, over where this game is based in the form of South America, it is illegal to sell, distribute, and profit a mode form of your own substance, but to grow, probably go ahead and use substance is not bad. But because Jason is on private property, is causing arson by literally torching the entire field. This is a multi-count of different things, and with the same time, arguably life sentence would be a fine of 250 each. Okay. Then we have the murder of Buck, which reasonably count in the matter of self-defense after the fact, trying to go again save his friends. As Daisy's okay, the case of matter of the ex-girlfriend of the case of Jason's older brother Grant, and at the same time trying to go and free his friend Keith after Keith being sexually assaulted and bought as a slave to Buck. So yeah, it is what it is. So reasonable self-defense, kill that motherfucker. Then we have the killing of Vaz, which is a mixed thing if he actually did quote-unquote kill him, as even without even actually playing the game, I did look up and it seemed pretty self-explanatory in the aesthetic and sense of the cinematic approach that they made the case of the boss fight of Vaz. You can count it as that. B, where to me, I don't think Jason even fought Vaz to begin with, because Vaz snuck up on him, stabbed him in the chest with a scourge or whatever form liquid knife, and I feel like that pretty much tranked this man Jason, knocked him out, and because of the tattoo and arguable plot armor, he was able to go ahead and survive that. And how it seemed after the fact of him being knocked down is that Vaz walked away, and Vaz's account being in Far Cry 6 as an old man. I see a picture of him. He's alive, and I don't believe a man could survive what happened to him if they did fight. That doesn't make sense. Granted, Jason did, but Jason has a little essence of considerably more reasonableness, because the Tatao gives a person superhuman capabilities, and also, like, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot more in form of possible reasonableness to say that Jason would survive something like this more than Vaz, especially because from what we see, Jason's whole heart isn't stabbed through, or where he's getting stabbed at, and at the same time Vaz is getting he's getting UK shanked. Okay, so I don't even believe my man Jason reasonably fought him or tried to go about shit. Granted, how he's going about shit and running for his people is multiple accounts of murder, and what he was trying to do was kill him. And so considerably, if you would say that in the secondary opinion they try to kill Vaz and Vaz didn't die, that would be attempted murder of the second degree. But if you're like me, who believes it's all illusion, it's all fantasy, a flumberbus of a bunch of shit in his mind, it's not actually true, then simply put, Jason would be not under any lawful or moral stand put into play of a man trying to kill somebody when he's not actually there. Okay, simply put, Jason got caught lacking, Vaz left him, this was his escape route, because then he would be played off like he killed him. And so whatever elusive drugs or how this played out brought that play. So yeah, simply put, to me, Jason did not kill him, but again, if you possibly thinking in precautions that he did, then there you go, that is that, you know. But still, then we have torturing of Riley, his little brother. Granted, obviously in the case of the context, this was to go ahead and open up Hoyt, but he still is torturing Riley, beating him, plugging his whole thumb into his fucking gunshot wound. That's torture. Life sentence easily. Killing of Hoyt's militia again spans in another 1,000. So again, you go by time 15 1,000. Another case of matter of multi-rack of fucking life sentences. Granted, considerable self-defense in multi-record, and even though the militia is a private, corporated militia, it is still technically funded and mandated as a mercenary band by Hoyt. So even with that being said, there's a mixed bar of, yeah, is it fucked that the case of matter of this man Jason is going to be going through all these different life sentences with killing a group that is a mercenary band, bad people. It doesn't take away the fact that mercenary band and how militias are in a different form of ethical sense are not always a bad statement. Regardless of even what, it doesn't take away that it's a murder, right? Like, it doesn't matter. It's a multi-plethora of people that are working by their own accords and are not all bad by stand and only work for Hoyt because of the case of situation and the fortunism that comes with them being here and account for work, like the crew, the pirates. Granted, a little bit more with them because they're paid out and they're certain food. Why pirates kind of live all the spoils of what they have and kind of are destined for the fortune that comes back from that. But it is what it is. Either way, though, going forward, we have the killing of Hoyt himself, which is self-defense. Even though he did tend to go about taking them out, it doesn't really take away the fact that, simply put, he still got put in a situation where he had to, as Hoyt was keeping him captive and gonna go about torturing every time he loses, but cutting off the case of his ring finger, and Jason's still going for more case of matter of multi-case of insanity with this being said. But it is what it is. But after that, then we have the case of him going about killing possibly his friends, if you would choose Citra's ending, where you join her and then after you get done piping her and giving her the C, giving her the BWC, you die. His friends in this count would be not just the case of matter of his girlfriend, in the case of his older brother's girl, but also Keith, Oliver, and Riley himself, his last case of matter of technical family. I only say possibly because of the fact that obviously the Rakia or Citra herself could have killed him, but the fact that Jason would go about killing his ex-girlfriend, right, arguably, because like technically she's a girl, but like Citra becomes more like wifey for him because he's a simp. Him having to disperse or depart from his past to make a point to Citra and having to kill them isn't too out of the capability to me, and so reasonably so, him needing to kill Lisa and the rest of his friends will be one of the form of counts of murder, life sentences, all that stuff to the highest degree, right? Especially because these people are bad out from the case of matter of a lesson that is obviously mixed kidnapping, different disturbing shit that Jason, doesn't have anything to do with, but it's pretty much full allowed because now Jason goes about this, right? So again, with these people being jacked, bound to a case something, in the case of rope, bagged out from their place, that shit would just be another account of that. So in conclusion, with all this run of insanity that Jason has done, have I ever told you the definition of insanity? Face up. This in years will be about 30,116 years, depending on how you see it with these different accounting of things. But if we leave it off and say he goes by the good endings or different form of occasions, this would still be roughly about 30,100 years, being about in total 3,100. Fine would be 16 mil and 250. If we cross some different roads, this would amount to about 16 mil and about $198. Now, I think it's reasonable for mixed arguable precaution that Jason should go about suffering the case of matter of crime penalty for the case of matter of things that he's done. And I've kind of been split decision on this as I've talked about it in kind of deeper form, and obviously within my playthrough of Far Cry 3. Watch it, shameless plug, bustin' ass game, damn near masterpiece. I believe that even though Jason has done a lot of wrong, a lot of it was a mixed spidge of being in an environment that intoxicated him with a lot of these faulty matters of means to get vengeance and go for the spoils of being a warrior, and a lot of great deal of the enemies, such oppositions they fought, whilst pirates and in case of Hoyt's militia considerably well deserving of the punishment of the things that they saw, right? What comes around goes around. But I believe in this, he should serve arguably out this time and cross off the fine, but in therapy. not in prison. As prison as a system in multiple forms is not the best way to rehabilitate and change a person in every sense of the way. Granted, is it deserved for niggas? Of course. It definitely is a great form of solution and can need to be needed. Alright, like booty bandits. They deserve to be in there, bro. It's unfortunate they take niggas' asses, but let them be in there, bro. Let them be with the dogs, bro. Feed them to the wolves. May God motherfucking will it. But with that being said as well, I believe Jason is totally capable of truly reforming if he gets the right case of matter of talk and or case of rehabilitation. So in conclusion, I believe Jason should serve out these amount of years as long as he can, with obviously this man realistically dying before any of this could happen in the means of therapy and reevaluation. I hope you guys have enjoyed. This has been the case of matter of a good video to analyze and bust and look over. I'm sorry for the uploads. As I said before, I've been busy and different case of matter of shit, but I'm hoping that you guys enjoy. With this being said, I'm probably gonna stop with this case series for a minute. If you guys like to see more looks of this shit, I'm down to gonna do that. I'm definitely gonna be talking a little bit more about Far Cry, especially if playing in case of matter another one and possibly other shit depending on the case. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Like I said before, peace out, mommy. Love y'all.
Not one of us.
Well, then I will become a warrior.
Very funny. Please leave.